I'm starting. Jeez. Oh, what the? Why is my. There we go. I'm starting. Anyway, hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well today. We're continuing some of the House and Fata Morgana tales. Also, why does Snake suck? What happened now? I'm getting Quebec ads. Oh. Oh, yeah. Ah! Oh, so you're in Ad Town right now. Well, I'll wait till you guys are back. Let me know when you guys are back. Oh! Now refresh. Thanks for the gifted sub to Grape Snake. Thank you. How are you doing, Snake? And now Grape, you're away from Ad Town. Anyway, I'm excited to play more of this. I know I wasn't there yesterday, but now I'm here. Guys, I'm excited to play more of this. You know, I honestly forgot. How long do I have that on for a cooldown? How long do I have that on for a cooldown for? Oh, I guess, do I not have that on a cooldown? I will not ever visit Quebec ever. Why not? But anyway, let's see. So I believe last time we finished, I don't want to click on it yet because, wait, why is that not on a cooldown? What the? What? Why is that not on a cooldown? Did it like break? What? Hold on here. What? Why is that not on a cooldown? Is it because I turned it off? Ah. Where is it? I don't even see it here. What the frick? Oh, here it is. Why is it not on a cool? Oh, it's not on a cooldown. Okay. Why is it not on a cooldown? There. I don't know why that wasn't on a cooldown. Are none of these on cooldowns? Oh, there. The rest have cooldowns. All right. Huh. Weird. Oh, hi, Blake. How you doing? I'm doing good. I was just figuring out why my bubblegum didn't have, my redeem didn't have a cooldown on that. But today we're playing some House and Fata Morgana. It's like a gothic, like visual novel, which I'm intrigued where this is going. Okay, so there's no sound right now. It says you can no longer hear the Resoge. How do you say the Resoge? The sounds of the men from within the den. The faint scent of cigarette smoke, however, lingered in the air. Wait, is there no sound? British. What? It's not British. It's not British. We haven't even heard their accents. Hold on. Is there? I guess there's no sound right now. Yeah, there's no sound. Huh. They are British people? I don't know. Are they British? Staring vaguely at the closed door, you noticed something was amiss. The maid who had been holding her hand was no longer at your side. You glanced around, but she was nowhere in sight. Cannot tell me that it didn't take place in Britain. I mean, I don't even know where it's taking place, to be honest. You glanced around, but she was nowhere in sight. Down the corridor stretched only darkness. Not having anticipated this, you weren't sure how to react. Well, then the sister wanted to get with the brother. Yeah, true. The sister was kind of crazy. She was a bit mad. I mean, she scalped the white-haired girl's hair, so yeah. She's really insane. What's the matter? You lost, or are you just trying to take in the sights? A voice called out to you. Oh, here's a She is crazy. Sweet Home Alabama. No joke. She did want a Sweet Home Alabama. Ugh. Yes, she was insane. Crazy, whatever. God. A voice called out to you, but it was not the maid's voice. Caught off guard, you spun around confused in search of the source. Where are you looking? I'm over here. Yeah, there you go. Little more to the left. Following the voice's instructions. Well, last time our tale ended with the white-haired girl leaving. Well, not. I mean, there was a lot of missing communication. Maria was like freaking part of basically the mafia, and then Jacopo was too. And then she was just playing them like crazy and just told the white-haired girl wrong information. She left early because she thought Jacopo didn't want her anymore. This is nice music. You found yourself facing a wall. And you look like you've seen a ghost. Hey now, come on, don't run away. Don't run away, yep, you've got it. I'm the one talking to you. Who's the one talking to me? I don't see you. The voice is coming from within the painting. When you had passed by the swell on your way to the third door, a magnificent landscape painting had been hanging there. But now the canvas was a deep shade of black, as if it had been dipped into a vat of ink. Been a while since I've talked to anyone, a man in the painting. So tell me, you can hear me all right, can't ya? Splendid. Been so long since I've had a conversation, I was afraid I might have forgotten how to talk. So tell me, who might you be? You don't know? I'm going for a walk, ever, and do whatever you want. Don't know. Well, isn't that quite the pickle? Also, does this sound okay for you guys? Then how about we have a little chat, eh? You got yourself turned around, aren't sure where to go, yeah? Lead mod's orders. No, don't be. Everyone be on your best behavior. Don't go crazy now. Well, I'm happy to tell you everything I can. Just ask away. The painting sounded rather high-spirited. Perhaps he was simply excited to have the opportunity to speak with someone. So you decided you would ask the painting a few questions. Who are you? Who am I? What is this place? Who is the maid? What is this place? Oh, talk about some hard-hitting questions. I'm probably not the one who'll be able to answer that for you. I don't have a very deep connection with this mansion, you see. I swear it, I've got nothing to gain from lying, do I? It's my regrets that turned me into this. I wasn't summoned here by no one. That said, there is one thing I can tell you. This place summons people. People who have ties to something that happened long, long ago. No one knows anything even happened. I didn't know either, till she told me. Who told you? Though I haven't forgotten how much of it is true or not. Are you here because you were summoned by her? Who's her? Or did you come here of your own will to find someone? If you came here of your own volition and you weren't summoned by her, then mayhaps you'll be the one who can break. Who can break what? Who is the maid? Might as well ask her that directly. But she won't say till you've regained your old self? I see. Well, in that case, if you want to know, you know what you gotta do. It's entirely up to you whenever you make an ally or an enemy out of her. There's no guaranteeing she's even right in the head. You never know. Maybe you're not the only one who found themselves. Who are you? Me, as you can see, I'm a painting. Why did I end up as a painting? Hard to say. Maybe I was born as a painting because I used to really like art. Though there are things I painted that I wish I hadn't. Maybe that regrets. That's regrets what turned me into this. Well, I'm gonna see if this volume's okay. Looks like it's a bit quiet. Is that better? Hopefully, I get the chance to apologize to him about that. Apologize to who? Anywho, no point in getting into any more detail than that. Sorry about that. But I silenced that. Alright. You don't know anything about yourself. A shame that. Alright then. A favor for you, since you can't tell me about yourself. If you run into him, could you tell him I really regret what I did? I couldn't tell if there was meant to be sound or not LOLs. Oh, really? Yeah, there's supposed to be, there's music here. Oh no, just go down. There's no voice acting, it's just music. You run at him, could you tell him I really regret what I did? I know I should tell him myself, but well, as you can see, I'm stuck here, can't move an inch, so I gotta ask for help. I feel absolutely terrible about painting that picture. So who is the man in the painting, I wonder? And who does he want me to say sorry to? I know, yeah, the deadline's way past on that one. But that's what makes it regret, yeah? Because you can't take it back. By the time I had realized it was too late, he was already dead. He's long since passed away. Huh? How are you supposed to give a dead fellow a message? Well, for all you know, the dead could be wandering these halls too. So please, if you come across him, tell them I said that. That I didn't mean any harm with that painting. Or maybe you are him? Him? Who am I? Just because you don't know who you are doesn't mean you go around asking other people. Why can't I ask other people? I'm not a person, you see. Say? Well, no, you're right. But I'm not going to say anything about you that you can tell me yourself. I mean, from where I'm standing, you look almost like a walking cloud of shadow. I can't even tell you what you look like. The maid who was with you before, did she call you master? I see, but the question is, which Ares master are you? How many doors have you been through? 3 doors, eh? And of any of those, did any of them bring anything back? Well, it's not an easy thing recovering yourself. Or maybe you weren't behind any of those 3 doors. Yeah, that's gotta be it. That was the first time witnessing these tragedies. Yours is another door, so tell me, how did you feel looking behind those doors? Is it frightening, saddening, heart-wrenching? Well, let me tell you something. You were able to bear them. Bear them because they weren't your tragedies. The next door is yours, open is yours. Will you be able to bear it? Will you be able to accept your own tragedy? If one thing seeing others suffer but your own, if you had to face emotions you wanted to keep buried, secrets you wanted to keep hidden away, and pain you wanted to forgive, do you think you'd be able to accept them as your own? If you can't, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't accuse you of running if you choose not to proclaim your old self. Nothing wrong with erasing your memory or something of it if it was so bad. You didn't want to face it in the first place. Let it be written as someone else's story. That will make it a whole lot easier on you. Because you never know, the most unfortunate tale of all may well be your own. Or perhaps that goes for everyone, everything about you. You won't know till you see it. Well, that's true enough. But once you do, there might not be any turning back. Or do you mean to reclaim your old self no matter the cost? If you do, if you're sincerely prepared to do that, then be wary of the tale that comes next. Any tragedy that seems too beautiful to be real is precisely that, a fabrication. If it turns out you're someone from behind the next door, perhaps you're my... think we'll see the white-haired girl again in the next one? I'm thinking so, because we've seen her like in every tale we've seen so far. Haven't talked that much in a long time. I still am curious who the man in the painting is. Feels great. And now that I've got that out of my system, I should be able to get some good sleep. You're probably still wandering in the dark right now, but I really hope you find the outcome you want. And I mean that. You can either reclaim your old self or you can toss it aside. The choice is yours either way. Now, since it looks like your escort isn't showing up, what do you plan to do next? How about taking a look around the place since you've got a little free time? Could be you come across some things you want with her around. Alright, if you're gonna go exploring, I've got the perfect thing. Stick your hand to the canvas, would you? Painting was still wrapped in an impenetrable darkness. Perfect, all-consuming void. The man had told you to put your hand into it. You... Ooh. Putting her hand in it. You know, I'm gonna save first. And see where that goes. Because I don't know if it's like a good or bad thing. Let's reach into the frame. You extended your hand. Painting. The moment your fingertips brushed against the darkness, it swallowed your entire hand up to your wrist. Oh, he's laughing. No, not there. That tickles a little to the right. As the man in the painting had instructed, you groped around the inside of the darkness. But all along you felt something hard at your fingertips. Kindling object with your hand. Your arm was still intact. You read your fingers there and you found a key. Oh, a key? Ah, that tickled. With that key you can access the master bedroom. A while back she tossed it into me. The damned little rug. So yeah, it ain't mine. Don't worry about giving back. However, I bet there's something worth seeing in there. She felt the need to toss the key. Alright, well, I'm gonna get some sleep. You take care. If you happen to learn my name, come pay me another visit. Should the fancy strike you. Oh, the painting's normal again. Having said that, the painting felt quiet. In your hand lay a small key. It seemed rather antiquated and vaguely familiar. Silence once again drew over the corridor. You stood there all alone, no sign of the maid. After considering for a few moments, you decided to explore the mansion on your own. Go to the entrance, go to the fireplace. I wonder if we have limited places to go. I kind of want to just... Let's go here first. Go to see the stained glass window. You approach the stained glass window. An array of pews were arranged facing the stained glass. There seemed to be an air of tranquility about the room. You sat down on one of the pews and stared quietly forward for some time. For a moment, you felt like you were on the verge of recalling something, but ultimately the memory never managed to surface. The maid did not appear to be there. Where could she have gone? You decided to resume exploring the mansion. I'm just really eager to go to the master bedroom, but I also want to explore. Go outside to the rose garden. Look, your head's covered in roses. Oh, you got petals on the book. This isn't mine. I can't afford to. Though you could hear the sound of children laughing, you could not see them. Regardless, their cheerful voices warmed your heart. Oh, so it was the, gosh, I can't remember their names now, but the two children from there. The art is absolutely gorgeous. I know. This game is really gorgeous. You decided to linger there in the garden for some time. Along with the children's laughs wafted a sweet fragrance. I love the art and like the music in this game is so well done. Like the emotions on people's faces and everything. I'm like, oh my god. The wind blew whisking flower petals up into the air. It was an enchanting sight. But after a while, the roses began to wilt. You could no longer hear the children's voices either. Mel, that's his name. A young man stood alone in the withered rose garden. As you drew nearer, you called out to the youth. But the young man did not appear to notice you. He merely stood there, staring vacantly across the garden. The youth muttered something in a lifeless voice. This isn't what I wanted. I just wanted a normal, peaceful life. I can't bear being alone. Can't take this. Someone get me out of here. God, tell me that I'm not the bad one here. You tried to call out the young man several times, but he did not seem to hear you. He simply continued muttering to himself. Before long, the youth's shadow faded into nothing. Unable to bear the chilly air any longer, you stepped back into the mansion. Let's go to the den. The scent of cigarette smoke lingered in the den. However, the room was silent. Not even an echo of the man chattering remained. Oh, well, that kind of scared me. Whew. Something was moving. Billiard balls. There was no one present to strike the balls. They rolled spontaneously around the table. The paths they traced across the surface were rough and erratic, contrasting that of when the former master had held the cue. The spheres collided awkwardly with one another, not a single one coming close to the pockets. As an experiment, you pull a ball off the table. In response, the path of balls became even clumsier. Having lost one of their targets, began bouncing aimlessly off the cushioned walls of the table. As you stared intently at the table, a man's voice rang out from somewhere in the room. That Jacopo? Spinning around, you saw a silhouette of a man. However, you could not make out what the man was saying. No, I think it's a different silhouette, because he had a hat on. The man thrust his finger at the table. He appeared to want you to return the ball. You reluctantly placed the billiards ball back on the table. When you did, the balls resumed endlessly colliding with one another, never landing in any of the pockets. You looked up to find the shadow gone. Having determined that the maid was not going to appear in the den, you exited the room, making your way back into the corridor. Go downstairs to the cellar. When you descended into the cellar, you heard beast-like snarling. Along with it came a sour odor and the sound of ripping flesh. You could not see the beast, but that did not make it any less unpleasant. You made it to retreat from the cellar. Oh! Jump scare before you could. The shadowy creature lunged at you. You reflexively squeezed your eyes shut. After several moments, you opened your eyes again to find a silhouette of man standing in place of the beast. You and the shadow stared at one another for some time. Oh, yes. What was his name? God, I forgot his name. Shadows stared at one another. You asked the shadow a question, the shadow responded. Ugh. However, you have no idea what it said. Shadows seemed to be trying to communicate something to you, but trying to make sense of something you could not understand was pointless. What was his name? It started with a Y, I swear. It's gonna bother me now. Let's see. House in Morgana. Characters. Let me see. And there's Pauline. Oh yeah, Nelly was the crazy one. Oh yeah, Yuki Masa. That was what his name was. Yuki Masa. Good old library. Don't mind me just enjoying my free VN. Oh, why is it loading continuously? Oh, I know. This is my first time playing it, and I've seen like others like how to play it before, and I was like, you know, I love visual novels. So AVYM. It's a really good one. I was like, oh man, I want to play it myself, so I stopped watching others play it. The smell of dusty books fills the air of the library. You approached a shelf to examine one of the books. And suddenly an avalanche of them came falling into the floor. You stared blankly at the mountain of books. They had fallen down on their own, but they showed no signs of putting themselves away. Since no one else was there to do it, you began placing the books back on the shelf. 1, 2, 3, a dozen. And as soon as you'd gotten them all back up, they came crashing back down again. You wished very much to implore of the maid's assistance, but she did not appear to be in the area. Pretending you had not seen anything, you made your way back into the hallway. Go to the fireplace. I'm just exploring everything. You made your way to the fireplace. What remained of the fire crackled weakly, leaving the room in a veil of darkness. How much do you know? Honestly, it's been a while since I watched someone play it, so I really don't remember much. And I don't remember much about it. I don't really know everything else after, like the chapter 3 I just finished. So I don't know what the next part has. You remembered that you had awoken here. Out of sheer curiosity, you sat down on the rocking chair you'd been asleep in. Creak, creak, creak. It was as soothing as a cradle to a baby in a short order. You found your consciousness drifting from your grasp. I'm reading a book, a story by the fireplace. Like this almost feels like we're in another world, doesn't it, Master? I bet that's why troubadours form at pubs, so they can be near the fire. Oh, you're such a cynic. But that's okay. Say, do you remember when I first arrived here? When I was cleaning the library? Wait, who is this talking, I wonder? Your eyes slowly slid open. So, I take it you're going to door 4, having met Jacopo? Yes, I have met Jacopo. Yeah, I just finished Jacopo's tale. Fragments of a pleasant dream lingered in the back of your mind. The crackling of a fire, the taste of warm wine. However, there was nothing pleasant about the fireplace sitting before you. No warm, crackling flames. In fact, the brisk air of the room overpowered the remnants of embers left there. A chill ran down your spine. Afraid you might freeze stiff if you stayed there much longer, you resumed your exploration of the mansion. I want to go to the bedroom now. You inserted the key you've been given into the door's keyhole, and with the twist, the door opened. The master's bedroom was shrouded in darkness, much like every other room in the mansion. It had evidently been left unused for some time. The air in the rooms was stale and forlorn. Master? A voice seemed to ring out from somewhere. Come on, get up. Up with you. Master! Oh. See, what did I tell you? So much nicer in here with a little light. Without warning, your whole world took on a bright, vivid colors. Light streamed through the window, illuminating a well-lived bedroom. A woman's silhouette stood before you. Wait a sec. Don't you hide under your bedspread? Get out of there. Oh, but Master, you agreed that I could open the door windows. I wonder who this is. I don't think it's someone we've seen before. Don't worry, I put the curtains up. If it gets too bright, you can draw them. Morning takes the best part of being outside and squeeze them all into the same few hours. You don't have to go outside in the sunlight for it either. Just listen to all the wonderful sounds. The joyous sounds of birds, the swaying of the trees, the rustling of leaves. You tried to call out to the silhouette, but did not respond. Reaching out for her, your hand simply passed through her body. It did not seem to be you that she was speaking to. Perhaps you were looking at a scene from another period of time. Am I being pushy as I feel right now? I completely misjudged you. You're the exact opposite of what I thought you were. Let's see. I thought you were cold and cruel, heartless and incompetent. This is only so what you'll know. Can't tell you. Ah, I see. Got it. Heartless and incomprehensible. But I'm beginning to get a better idea. You try to put on airs, but you're really rather childish. You have a short temper and can be surprisingly playful. What else? You have a pretty difficult personality too. Now, hear me out here. That's not everything. You gave me a chance to talk and you listened intently. You can be kind of nice too. That we got... Let's see. We agreed that we'd live together, not just in the same house. So we got plenty of time to add more to the list. The OSTs. Yeah, I love the music in this game so far. Like, I'm like, so good. I hope you can make your own list about me too. Gosh, the music is so pretty. Yeah, I really love the music in this game. It's just the beginning after all. We've got a long time ahead of us. Plenty enough to get to know each other, no? Let's not waste any time then. What do you say we do something today we haven't been able to before? Where should we begin? Oh, I know. We can get this place cleaned up. Now that there's actual light in here, we can see all sorts of things we'd probably rather not. Like dust all over the place. Oh, back to darkness. Yeah, the music is beautiful. It's nice. When the woman's shadow faded away, the master's bedroom transferred back to its old dreary state. Master, can you say my name? You were unsure how to describe the urge welling up within your breast. You could not say her name. Her name. Woo! You stood unmoving in the master's bedroom for some time, but it did not appear anything else was going to happen. So you decided to head somewhere else. Well, we haven't gone to the entrance. I just got so excited to see the master's bedroom. You made your way to the mansion's entrance. There was no one around, nor any source of light. Groping through the darkness, you found the front door, which was sealed shut with a heavy bar. You pressed against the bar, but it remained firmly in place. The door did not budge either. It seemed you could not leave the mansion. Burn the witch. Crucify the impure. When you made to step away from the entrance, you heard a muffled voice. You looked around, but you were unable to determine the source of the voice. Nor could you be sure whom you had heard either. Giving up on finding anything at the entrance, you decided to head somewhere else. Alright, well... Wait. I already looked there. Something new? You return to the room with the stained glass window. Man, I'm not gonna lie, like, this game and this music is like giving me chills. You had searched through the mansion, but no luck finding the maid. Somewhat tired and not sure whether it was physical exhaustion or otherwise. You had little interest in doing any more moving about. Taking a seat on the piece, you gazed up at the stained glass. Is there gonna be something different? Staring solemnly down back at you, was the archangel, said to await the souls of the deceased. Welcome back, Grape! Perhaps trying to weigh your soul. Alright, well, that's it. Call for the maid. Master? Master? Ah, there you are, Master. Was Snake being normal? Yeah, Snake was being fine. There you are, Master. You gave me quite the scare. After returning from the third door, you disappeared without a word. Oh my, it was I who disappeared? Okay, just have to make sure. That is quite strange. I did not go anywhere as far as I'm aware. Then maybe we disappeared, I guess. Nevertheless, I'm glad to have found you. I would have been at a complete loss for what to do if I had been separated from you yet again. I did indeed say that when you first arrived, I've been waiting for your return for a very long time. For centuries, as a matter of fact. Centuries? That would make me a ghost, then, you say? I am very much not a ghost. Wouldn't I be able to hold your hand if I were? Saying this, the maid took your hand. It was cold enough to send a shudder down your spine, completely devoid of life. She's a witch. Did you mean the person on the painting? I did, and I got the key from them to open the master's bedroom. I was talking to him quite a while. Though as chilling as it may have been, you still took some comfort in the feeling of her hands in yours. The maid looked down on you with gentle eyes. After a few moments of silence, she sat down beside you. The stained glass is quite beautiful, is it not? Every time I see it, it brings tranquility to my heart. Burn the witch? She's not a witch, she's just a maid. Or a ghost, as they call her. Because she's been waiting centuries for us. A dreadful, deep-rooted curse afflicts this mansion. However, this room is the one exception. Jeez. However, this room... Can you feel the purity that hangs in the air, Master? Yes. What is it, Master? You are correct. The stained glass window has been shattered. It was not present in the time period of the previous tale. You're all guys are saying witch. Witch, witch, witch. I mean, someone did say burn the witch at the door, the entrance. I wonder. Perhaps it is because the mansion we presently resides in, a realm separate from the real world. We are in a world constructed from myriad memories and histories. I'm sure that when you regain your old self, Master, the mansion too shall be restored to its original state. So it matters that if I'm restored, the mansion will go back to how it used to be? So do try and remember, alright? Oh yes. Where did you go in my absence, Master? I see. So you explored the mansion then? Did you find anything noteworthy? Memories? I'm not quite sure what you mean. How peculiar. As a servant of this house, I pride myself on being aware of most everything present. Just gotta make sure Snake does not get it. Jeez. You just must have like that redeem open. You're like, alright, gonna wait for 10 minutes. I wonder whose memories they could be. The key to the master bedroom? Why did I throw away the key? Yes. Oh my god, you're silly grape. Beg your pardon. You saying a painting told you? You could see the perplexity on the maid's face. You've never seen her make such an expression before. I'm out of points though. Uh-oh, the grapes humping. I'm a catfish. I know nothing of any key. Oh, Master, you should not tell jokes meant to cause others discomfort. What do you mean? Does she not remember the key she tossed away? Well, I guess it could have been centuries. Yes, the hump emote. You gotta show it. Yeah, show it up. Show it off. I'm quite proud of that one. I think the redone hump emote looks a lot better. But a talking painting, you say? You seem to have a rather vivid imagination. I like it way better. Yeah, it's a lot better. Like that one, like honestly, it's never the first one that's good. It's like, that was like the prototype. That one was like a prototype, and then this one, now that I know the actual size, like, canvas size for that, it turned out a lot better. I just do the test run of my emotes, and then I'm saying, oh, this one's a lot better size. You can see my sass. Yeah, definitely. Sassy grape. Maybe you can tell the next tale, Master. I am only teasing. Now, that was a nice break, but we should get moving. The tale I'm about to show you is the last in the mansion's memories. Last of the mansion's memories? I'm certain you will remember yourself after seeing it. 2 our feet. The final door is not far. And please, do not let go of my hand. Holding your hand, the maid led you to the far end of the room. Crossing between the stained glass window and metal... Hand holding! Yep, they're holding hands. Sin, cover her eyes. Jeez. Crossing between the stained glass window, a metal door came into view. Our destination lies at the top of these stairs. There we will find one last door. You pushed open the metal door, revealing a long, long spiral staircase. Oh, spooky! I need some water after all that. I was like talking. Ooh. Oh, look at that! Hand holding equals witch? Oh, really? It will be a bit of a walk, so let us be on our way. You need to be married first to hold hands. It's a whiff trap, I say. It will be a bit of a walk, so... Yes. Uh-huh. Right. Right, yeah, you agree with that, huh, Grape, huh? Uh-huh. Yeah, uh-huh. Okay. Please to watch your step. This is called an observation tower. Normally, towers such as this were built in castles or churches, so it is rather strange for there to be... Sorry, I gotta get my laugh out. Alright. So it is rather strange from there to be one in a mansion. The last door I wish to show you, Master, resides at the top of this tower. Rectangular windows carved out of the stones in several locations along... You're embarrassing me. Hey, you're the one who brought it up, okay? Ah, don't spray me! Let's see, we're carved out of the stone in several locations along the way up the spiral staircase. You attempted to peer out of the window, but all you could see was a thick layer of fog. Ah! Why are you numbing me? Don't eat me! You know it is a sin, right? No comment. Perhaps it may suggest that the mansion did not presently reside in reality. In fact, correct. With each step forward, you found yourself gripped by an indescribable sense of anxiety. The feeling somewhat resembled irritation or annoyance. Sensing this, the maid tightly gripped your hand. There's nothing to worry about. You'll be fine. I do not hold hands with a cute boy because that would be a sin. You'll be fine. It's all in the past. No matter what may happen, you'll be fine. I love it so much here. I'm glad you do. It's all in the past. No matter what may happen, as long as you do not let go of my hand, you have nothing to fear. You and the maid continue climbing the stairs. Up, up, around and around. Marching ever nearer the supposed final door. I don't think it's the final door. I think there's more doors after this, I feel. High up in the tower, as the light from above drew distant, a rotten wooden door came in view. Patches of what appeared to be blood stained the surface, and holes had been bored into with sharp objects of some sort. You heard a scream from far below, where no one should have been. Kill the witch, kill the witch, kill the witch. Burn her, burn her, burn her. Amber struck with fear. The next moment, the maid opened the door. See, she's a witch. There are 8 doors, so yeah, you're in for a ride. I knew it. I was like, there's gotta be more doors. This isn't the final door. Witch! And then, burn her. But who is the witch? You slowly descend in darkness. The 4th door. 1099. Woo! Spooky! Set on a pot. Set it on. I did not think my bit was true. She's a witch. I also poured water into it. Gather the pieces, therefore, thereof into. Very proud of myself. Do we call extra behind the door scenes as an extra door? Maybe. Gather the pieces thereof into it. Even every good piece, the thigh and the shoulder. Fill it with the choice bones. Take the choice of the flock and burn also the bones under it. And make it boil well and let them seethe the bones of it therein. Thus saith the Lord. Woe to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein and whose scum is not gone out of it. Bring it out piece by piece. The 9 doors total. I'm doing witchcraft. I'm not doing witchcraft. Let no lot fall upon him. Man, this is some old language. Old English. The white-haired girl. Where is she? Where'd she go? She came down this way. I'm sure of it. Find her. Find her. And burn her. Burn the witch. 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 Burn her, burn her, burn her, burn her, burn her, burn her. So she's... Then I will lead thee upon the land. I will cast thee forth upon the open field. And will cause all the fowls of the world, heaven to remain upon thee. The white-haired girl is the witch. Yeah, sounds like it. She's running, and they're calling her a witch and burning her, so I will fill the breasts of the beast, not the breast. The beast of the whole world with thee. Jeez, I can't read sometimes, I swear. And I will lay thy flesh upon the mountains, and fill the valleys with thy... Every white-haired person is a witch. Wait. And fill the valleys with thy height. And I have white hair. I would say you have, like, purplish hair. Like a light purple. Like, very, very light. Good thing I don't have white hair. I think it's like kind of whitish, but with purple tones. I will also... We have the witch here, Lamau. I will also water with thy blood the land wherein thou swimmest, even to the mountains. Burn! And the rivers shall be full of thee. And when I shall put thee out, I will cover the heaven and make the stars thereof dark. I will cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon shall not give her light. All the bright lights of heaven will I make dark over thee, and set darkness upon thy land. I seem to have lost them. Now where am I? Where should I go from here? What am I to do? Darkness spreads as far as the eye can see. Not a ray of light shines upon me. All the strokes, my cheeks are tendrils of darkness. Every passing day, every fading hour, my world is engulfed in ebony. Man, I love the wording in this. Every passing day, it's like poetry. Every passing day, every fading hour, my world is engulfed in ebony. There exists no kindness in the shadow, only solitude. I lost track of how long I've been on the run. Fancy big words, that's for sure. I'm not a poet. I would not be good at poetry, but I can do art. I mean, wanderingly, aimlessly lost until I have arrived at this dark forest. I no longer have anywhere to go. O Father who art in heaven, I kneel to thee within my heart and ask of thee thy blessing. Father who art in heaven, I ask of thee to shine thy light upon me and show me the way. Please have mercy upon my soul. O Father who art in heaven, I do love thee dearly. Hallowed be thy name. Please show me the way. I may be shunned and persecuted, and I may have no place to go. But nevertheless, I am unable to give up on life, to cast aside my hope. O Father who art in heaven, please guide me upon salvation. O Father who art in heaven, please guide me. I can no longer remember when my life not but running, when it became endless wandering in the dark. And now, when I reached the point where I've longed since forgotten my hunger and thirst, my voice become hoarse, my vision gone, blurry, and my consciousness begins singing to heavy Morris. Sad, that didn't get me. Hi, Wallet. Oh, you're saying, oh, hi. Tell him I said hi, Grape. Thanks for the cute blankets. I'll hydrate and stretch. Thanks for doing the shout out. Tell him I said hi to Grape. Oh. Oh, look at this. No. Just Umi. Look at this. Oh. Because he likes Umi. Oh my. The mansion comes into the view. She saves me from the creeps. Oh my god. The mansion comes into view like the world fading in after a dream. It doesn't appear as though anyone lives here. Man, this music's kind of like harrowing, I would say. All the windows are either boarded up or shuttered, as if it has long since been abandoned. The tower, which seems out of place in a personal residence, shall stand beside the mansion. Thanks to the head pads. Hey, you two, don't get mad at each other now. It's an unwelcoming presence, freezing me in my tracks. However, if this is where you have led me, then I shall follow your guidance. Having nowhere else to go, this mansion is my only salvation. The light guides my way. Fight. No, don't ban Walnut, no! And so I must faith that no matter what I find, whatever spirits or wild beasts dwell within these walls, that this is where I will find peace. Is anyone there? I guess it is abandoned? That makes sense. It would be more unusual for someone to be living in a house so deep in the woods, so far from civilization, like it's been forgotten to time. I can't imagine anyone spending their days here. I place my hand on the front door. What if I can't get in? I very much doubt I find anywhere else to save wandering through these woods. If the door doesn't open, then I'll die out here in the forest. I've come to accept much, but I'm not ready to forfeit my life yet. Please open. The door is heavy, and though it seems to protest my attempts to enter, it still opens much easier than I was expecting. I was worried over nothing. Looking in, I get the strange impression light is being swallowed up in the mansion's depths. Rather than going inside, it feels as though I've got to step aside the boundaries of this world. Oh, and I remember what the story's about. Oh, yeah, I have no idea. When I close the door, it is so dark I can't even tell where I'm walking. I wonder if the window's open. Though I managed to fumble my way over to the window, it's tightly shuttered and the shutters are caked with rust. I'm probably not getting it open without a fight. Yeah, my thing just... Okay. Just wanted to make sure. If only I had some source of light. I can't even see my hand waving in front of my face. Feels like the floor will fall out from under me and I'll sink into eternal darkness if I don't watch my step. Fighting back that fear, I slowly walk forward, tracing the wall with my hand. There's a door at the end of a long corridor. I pull it open and a wisp of bone-chilling air brushes past me. It's too dark to see anything, but I feel something different, present in the area than the rest of the house. Uneasiness grips me. Is anybody there? My voice simply disappears into the void. No response. As I'm pushing forward through the freezing air, for a split second I spot a shimmer of light. Squinting my eyes, I'm able to make out a large window. Unlike the others, it's not shuttered, but covered by my drapes. My chances are slim, I imagine, but if there's even a slight possibility of getting some light in here, it's worth a shot. So I pull open the drapes. You need any help? I'm here. Each door is tricky in its own way. Okay, thank you. I'll let you know. Oh, it's the stained glass again. The next moment, faint but colorful light shines down on me. It is a stained glass window. From beyond the glass, I can hear the subtle pitter-patter of rain. I guess it finally started. The different colors of light blend into a milky white, dim but wondrous. It's gorgeous. Why would someone cover this up? It's beautiful. With a little more light, it'd be... Please do not touch the drapes. Or the windows. Suddenly I hear a voice, and I can sense someone else in the room. The man's voice is emotionless, neither deep nor high. Before long, he comes into view, illuminated by dull orange candlelight. Oh. Whoa, glitched for a sec. Michelle. I'm sorry for coming in uninvited. But, I did announce myself. The man stood there practically blending in within the darkness. Had he been here the whole time? There the whole time. He's staring straight at me. His gaze wavers slightly, but not enough for me to read anything in it. The candle in his hand and the light from the stained glass window are the only illumination in the room, neither of which are particularly bright. The heck was that? As a result, his outline is faint and blurred. Man, this, art here, though, is so pretty. Just the stained glass behind this Michelle character? Or Michael? Michelle? It gives off the impression that he might vanish entirely between blinks. My apologies. I assumed the house is abandoned. I suspect you have preferred it to be abandoned. Not at all. Is this, do you live in this mansion? I'm gonna save, actually. Yes, I have for a very long time. Thought I had barred the front door, but it seemed I've left it open. What brings you here? If you're lost, I am happy to give you directions. I get chills from this music a little. Yeah? Dun. If you're lost, I'm happy to give you directions. There's a village west of here. It should take you maybe half a day on foot. No bubblegum for Snake. Jeez. If you're in need of money, help yourself to some of the furniture. Trade it for food at the village, then make your way to a larger town. Please allow me to stay here. As I've now started feeling stretch your legs and drink will be back in about 30 minutes. Alright, thanks, Snake. Could you repeat that? I cannot go to the village. I cannot go anywhere. I am no longer allowed to freely return to any town. Alright, that was quick. I'm being hunted. You seem rather young to be a sinner. Say you have transgressed. I am neither a thief nor an adulterer. If I bear any sin, there has been with me since birth. I will do everything I can to stay out of your way. I simply ask that you grant me shelter until it all blows over. If you wish to know my transgression, I will tell you. So please, do not throw me out. I see. And you asked this of me, aware how many people refer to this mansion, of how people refer to this mansion. Pardon? It is said that a witch once lived in this house. And not just any witch, a cursed witch. This house has been tainted by her seething hatred, and all those who dwell within it meet their demise. The art is so flipping pretty, right? Like the lighting, the background, everything. But you live here, don't you? Like her, I too am cursed. You were talking to her. Huh? What kind of curse? The witch. The one thing I can tell you. I need some more water. That your life is in danger. Is in danger if you get involved with me. Should you approach my curse, I'm likely to take your life. You'll kill me? Yes, so you do not belong here. To live with me in this mansion is to sentence yourself to death. No matter what path I choose, I very much doubt I have a future. And if that's the case, then I should live how I want. I don't care what people say about you or this mansion. I wish to stay here. You might think I'm rather strange, but my heart tells me that I must stay here, that I was guided here. And hearing what you have to say only reinforces that. What are you scheming? I'm not scheming anything. I'm simply tired of running. So, if your curse is going to kill me, then perhaps that's for the best. At the very least, you won't be hunting me. You won't try to flay me or tear off my arms or rip the flesh from my bones. And that's enough for— Whoops! Wait, whoa, what did I do? You might— Why is this all X's? Wait, what the? You broke it, fish? I didn't break it, I just accidentally clicked. Well, what kind of XXX? So one thing I can see. This is the backlog? Oh. Why is it all X'd out? You'll blank me? Yes, blank does not belong here. Ah, don't spring me. No matter what, What? Must stay. What? Why is it all X'd out? Wait, so oh. Okay. The reference to the past conversation. X's are for spoiler reasons. Oh. You haven't committed to no sin. Then why do you hunt so fervently? I'm accused of being a witch. Master? Please wake up. Return to me. Ah, have you come to, Master? I apologize to you sending you through the door without warning. I must have given you quite the scare. But I beg your forgiveness. I heard a terrible screaming from down the stairs, and I panicked. You say you saw the white-haired girl. I see, so you must have made it into the world beyond the door before me. I am deeply relieved that I was able to take your hand before losing sight of you. I presumed you have already grown familiar with the atmosphere of this time period, Master. If you had seen her as you said, then you should have a basic grasp of the situation. She is a very misfortunate girl in this era. accused of being a witch, abused and persecuted. Her life was in constant danger. I didn't notice. Well, yeah, ad's over. It was, again, her appearance that brought her upon her. That snow-white hair and those ruby-red eyes clearly differentiated her from everything else. Oh, and I apologize. I neglected to mention that this door is unique. Man, I love this. Oh, God, this music's so good. Is this your first VN? No, I've played other visual novels. I've played, let's see, One Bit Heart. I think Date with Death counts as one as well. Let's see, I think Amnesia, what was it? Amnesia Lost, like, Memories or something, I think it's called. I played. I think it's a visual novel. Let me see, what do I have for actual visual novels? Yeah, Date with Death I've done. I didn't know. Oh, I do have Psychedelica of the Ashen Hawk. I played a little bit of that. I haven't beaten it yet, though. On Sahate Station, I played Volcano Princess. Oh, and Bad End Theater, Beacon Pines. I played. I didn't know some of these. I don't think all of these count as visual novels, but. What did I miss? Twitch keeping me out. So we just went through a door and we were talking to someone named Michelle, and the white-haired girl was talking to Michelle as well. And then she was saying she's a witch and she needed to hide in the mansion. She didn't know someone else was in the mansion. And then we got booted out of the door, and the maid was like, "Oh, like, are you okay, master?" So now we're just talking to her right now. As for what sets it apart, that will be made clear as we proceed through. One difference in this is in the time period. The tales I've shown you began with one of the blue, I can't words, beautiful flaxen-haired family, followed by the tale of the bloodthirsty beast. Yes, the flaxen-haired Mel and Nellie, the crazy girl, and the bloodthirsty beast, yes. And then the tale of steel and ambition with Jacopo and Maria and the white-haired girl, proceeding in chronological order. And whoops, shoot, I forgot her name. Yeah, Yukimasa. However, the door we have just entered takes us to the period now known as the Middle Ages, long, long before the three other tales. Yes, that is correct. This is where it all began. The mansion's curse, the truth, the witch, and your identity. Ooh, all this will be made known. Ooh, the mansion's curse, the truth of the witch, and your identity? Ooh! After all this, you are unable to reclaim your old self. Then there is nothing more I can do. Wow. This is my first and only VN I've ever played. Couldn't finish it because it was too good. I didn't want to finish it. Oh, I see. I've seen there's also the, there's another House in Fata Morgana. Was it? I think it's called Requiem? Or what was it called? Not Requiem. What was it called? There's another one you can play too, which I haven't seen anything about that yet. House. Because I thought there. Oh yeah, Requiem for Innocence. That's what it was. Yeah, I want to play that one after this. The door contains the last tale I'm able to tell you. Yeah, Requiem and Reincarnation. Ah, yes. I'll definitely have to play more of those after this one. So I ask you, please do not let go of my hand until it is all over. Now then, let us begin a beautiful, tragic love story of two solitary souls trapped in a mansion of darkness. In that era, the mansion was a dungeon draped in darkness. After a great deal of time on the run, the white-haired girl found herself at a remote mansion that stood in a dark, overgrown forest. All the windows were either boarded or shuttered, and it was even darker inside the house than out. Not even a ray of moonlight could enter these walls. Only naturally the white-haired girl had assumed that nobody lived there. But her guess was incorrect. Someone did indeed dwell in the house. It was a young man named Michel. Though she could not make out the details of his face in the candlelight, she thought him a very handsome man. However, he proclaimed to her that a witch resided within the mansion, that he too was cursed. Everyone who got close to him lost their lives. You think that he told her was all nonsense. A lie deceived to chase her out of the house. The truth of the matter shall come to light in time. Despite Michelle's assertions, the white-haired girl decided she would take up residence within the mansion. This white-haired girl was younger than the others. She was still in her early teens, young enough to be seen as still a child. But she was neither self-centered nor irresponsible, as you might expect of someone her age. She was very delicate and reserved, and acted with a great deal of modesty and restraint. The accusations of her being a criminal and a sinner were grossly inappropriate. Nevertheless, she was still chased from her home, barely managing to flee to this mansion with her life. Now, the white-haired girl thought it was rude to simply take up space in the mansion, so she chased down her master Michel and asked, is there anything I can do to help? I would clean or cook or do anything, just let me know. I want to repay you for allowing me to stay here. You need not feel indebted to me. The weight of that obligation will only turn into disdain. But I can't just sit here and do nothing. Do whatever you like. As long as you do not enter my room. That is all I ask of you. How tragic is the story so far? I mean, I feel like it's been pretty tragic in a lot of ways. I'm like, geez, are these like characters ever gonna catch a break in this story? Like with the white-haired girl and Maria in the last one, I was like, oh my god, Maria, like, oh. She with Jacopo, like, oh, made me so mad. Oh, and then with like Pauline and like Yuki Masa, I was so sad at that part. I was like, oh my god, there's no happy endings in this story, in these stories. That is all I ask of you. He said emotionlessly, turning away and walking off. Michel was not, I believe, spurning her. He was merely disinterested. What about Dorhor so far? I mean, nothing really bad has happened yet. I mean, other than the white-haired girl getting chased, but I haven't seen anything, like, really bad happen yet. Did not just treat her disrespectfully, nor did he seem averse to her presence. Words simply did not seem to affect him at all. I think it's because it's still pretty early in, but I don't know. Yeah, I haven't gotten that far into Door 4 yet. Not only was the mansion a prison for his body, his body was also a prison ensnaring his heart. I should still do whatever I can. But she did not let that get her down. In fact, she might have interpreted his disinterest as kindness. Though he was a bit standoffish, she did not attempt to cause her harm. Well, at least she's safe here, right? He was nothing like the people who had accused her of being a witch and forced her to flee for her life. So I wonder why they accused the white-haired girl of being a witch, though. Like, what did she do that made him like think she was a witch? And she was deeply grateful for that. Sometimes people are just scared of like new things or change that can't explain, so they're like, "You're a witch," and then they're like, "Burner." Yeah, she is staying. Greetings. Hi, Mr. Faulkner. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Thus began their quiet life together. Michelle, who avoided contact. You. Grapey. Be nice. And others in the white-haired girl who had taken a great deal of abuse from others. Two people who hardly knew anything about one another, who were too distant to really be said to be living together. Michelle spent most of their days in his chambers, so they only ever saw each other occasionally, and they hardly ever spoke. White girl has white hair and red eyes, no? Screams witch, no? I suppose so. Though they stayed in the same house, they both lived solitary lives. So red eyes and white hair? Wouldn't that be like albino? Then? Nevertheless, the hair girl wanted to get to know Michelle better. She wanted to know why she called himself Curse. Wait, hold on, I'm curious. Oh wait, how do I do I wanted to see if there was any spoilers. I do not have those traits. Grape has one though, a half witch. Grape's a half witch. I wanted to see if there... Oh, what? Wait, what? What is this? You, having been trapped in a perpetual darkness, found light in the same house where I withered away. The light was bestowed upon you by a certain woman, was it not? Leave everything to me, my dear. I promise I shall make this the most beautiful tale. Yes, I'm giving you a special treatment, a rare act of kindness from me, of warmth. You do not wish her to know the truth, and I can make a better use of her like this, so it is to both our benefits to rewrite the woman you loved. What? Hold on, is there more of this? What? My lifeblood was your sustenance, your prosperity. Upon my blood did you build your lives. A sin so great it shall never be forgiven. And by my blood were your lives extinguished. This is the power granted upon me by God. My blood shall be a curse, blotting out the stars. I am the witch Morgana. Now let us begin a tale. Those exist. Red text don't show up. And only show up in backlogs. The beautiful finale to this world. What? The house in Fata Morgana? Morgana the witch? What? Hold on, I gotta see if there's more. Is there more red lettering? This is very interesting. I guess that's it. Someone there. Very interesting. So Morgana. Huh. How many days, how many years he had spent here in solitude. And while she waited for the opportunity, she also started doing things around the house. Wait, rewritten her? Rewritten who? The first project she set out... I have to check the backlog more often then. The first project she set out to take care of was cleaning. As the windows were all firmly shut, her only source of light was candles. For whatever reasons, there were a great deal of candles stored in the cellar. She wondered where on earth he had acquired so many, but she never found the opportunity to ask him. Houses full of illusions and mirages were for what Fata Morgana means mirages shown in all doors. Oh, fascinating. She was afraid her efforts were going to be in vain. Still, she persisted, sweeping and wiping things down, one room at a time. Eventually, she made her way to the library. The dust that had settled there was much heavier than any other room. With each breath, she had to fight back coughs. It was not a room one would normally be comfortable spending much time in, but the sight of so many bulky volumes lining the shelves sent her heart flutter with delight. There, books. Incredible, real books. The white-haired girl had never seen a book before. She had heard people describe them, but there was the first time she had ever seen one for herself. I like this song. It's somewhat whimsy. Yeah, I do like this song. It's so good. Like Mr. Faulkner. Oh, the songs in these are so good. Parchment was a very valuable commodity in the era. Well, at least got a name for the witch, Morgana. Yeah, I didn't expect that. It was something monks or scholarly priests made use of, and not a material one could easily acquire without some degree of social rank. Okay. Books were not printed with machines, thanks to the hydrate and stretch. I just edited a small meme about how we were calling the maid a witch. Oh yeah? Books were not printed with machines, but copied by hand. A single volume took an incredible amount of work to create. Well, I gotta sleep. Okay, Snake. Well, thanks for coming by. Hope you have a good sleep. I like to see that meme, actually. Even the process of binding was an art. Night, night, Pookie. Standing before her shelf, she stared intently at the spines. There was so much dust. Does he not read any of them? Just a peek. Just a tiny little peek. Man, I love to read books, but I haven't, like, sat down and read a book in a while. The one I had been reading, which I keep, like, starting it and not reading it, is the Little Mushroom book. I'm like, I start reading it and I stop. I'm like, it is interesting, but I don't feel like I have, like, a good spot where I can just relax and read a book. But my other favorite, my books, like, book series I love is the Maze Runner series. I have, like, I think I have all the books now, actually. Do you guys have any favorite, like, books you like to read? The tome that caught her eye was on the upper shelf. The boy gorgeous jade embossing and looked like it belonged in a treasure chest. Oh, another one that's really good is Space Boy. Love that book. Like that series. Almost. Although she tended to act older, on top of the books, I donated about half my library, so around 200 books. Whoa! That's a lot of books! That's crazy. You have like a whole library. That's crazy. I don't even have that many books. Oh, she tended to act older. I liked the Road book. The Road book. I don't think I've read that one. Is that the one they made in like to a movie, or was that something different? We watched the movie. The Road is very good. Ah. Book better though. I don't think I watched The Road. I should check it out. Oh, she said, there's always the books that are always better. We watched it? Are you sure we watched it? I don't remember it. I think I forgot. Maybe I was really out of it. The Road? Oh, yeah. And I remember now. I remember now. It was the guy who was Aragorn. It was late at night. Stop being mean to me. Okay? I remember now. I remember. I don't know. I forgot. Okay? Sorry, I forget sometimes. Jeez. At long last, her slender fingers made contact. Read more books and you improve your brain. You're right about that. That's why I need to read more books. That's why I'm not going to buy another book until I actually finish reading the ones I have. I even have the Maze Cutter book I still haven't read, but I want to finish the Little Mushroom book first. At long last, her slender fingers made contact with the spine. Amy loves Yaoi. Well, the Little Mushroom is like BL. Because we love Yaoi here. I believe Little Mushroom's BL. He began to pull the book toward her. Ah. The library had sat abandoned for some time, causing the covers to stick together. So when she attempted to pull one out, several others tilted with it. And then, almost all the books on the shelves came avalanching down on her. Ow! Ow! The white-haired girl groaned, buried under a mountain of parchment. She hoped she had not damaged any of her host's valuable collection, for the mess was enough of a setback already in her attempt to express her gratitude. How is love, yes, Mr. Faulkner? How are you doing, though? The ruse get you yet? Looking around, she saw one volume that was almost torn in half. She did not know whenever it was in the condition before, or if it had happened in the fall. There are local cryptids here called yowies, and it's also it's easy to confuse with yowie. Really? I never heard of that one. Yowie? What is this? Oh, okay. Huh. But nevertheless, she felt horribly guilty. Sitting there, unable to get back to her feet, tears began welling in her eyes. Then suddenly a shadow fell over the dejected girl. She took a book in hand and returned it to the shelf. For a brief moment, the shadow's hand reached hesitantly toward the white-haired girl, then changed course toward another book. Ah! It was Michel. There was a hint of perplexity in his otherwise emotionless eyes. Perhaps he had heard the noise and came to see what had caused it. Oh, illustrious! Gabico! Hello! How are you doing? I'm so sorry, your books, What were you doing? I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to make a mess. I didn't mean to damage such precious books. Thanks for doing the shout-out, Grape. Sushi Ben. You're making sushi again? With the fishes? What's the question mark for? There's no need to panic. Double shout-out. Oh, yeah. It's just like... oh, yeah. You know, it's just more to... Like, I have shout-outs on both Streamlabs and Streamlabs. I just keep forgetting to take it off. He made it sound as I'm admonishing you? What? Did you want to read a book? I do, but that's not what I want. I originally came to clean. Grape is licking me. Grape, stop licking him! Don't lick Gabicle. Clean? Yes. I felt guilty simply being idle. I did say you could do as you please, but you have no responsibility to clean anything. I just ended up making a bigger mess anyway. I'm sorry. You needn't apologize. Okay. If you want to help yourself to any of the books. If you want to read, help yourself any of the books. But I don't know how to read. I just thought the cover was pretty, so I wanted to hold it. Okay, I'm curious. How do we... I want to see if there's still anything new. So, is there any more red text, or is that it? Guess so. Yeah. You rewrite the woman you love. Okay. You're free to use them however you wish. Don't nom him! You're looking at them is enough for you by all means. These are all your books. Aren't they? Cat! Meow! Meow! They are. That's incredible. You have so many. It must have taken you quite a long time to acquire them. I'm not nummy. Once per month. What? My family sends me one every month. Every month? The white-haired girl turned her gaze toward the shelves, squinting her eyes and beginning to count. When she finished, she was in awe. Rawr! There were an excess of 100 books on the shelves, which meant he had lived there in solitude for many years. She was at a loss for words. Didn't the red text appear after or during a black screen? This chat is chaotic and I love it. Yes, chaotic chats. Woo! Chaotic chats are fun. I don't know actually. I think it was just when they were having dialogue. I'm not sure, to be honest. The dull tomes dreadfully inoffensive and not even interesting enough to waste a few hours with. Oh. Cube? What's a cube for? Is that for your protection, Capical? Say, Grape, stop nomming him. Their dull tomes, dreadfully inoffensive. What's the lizard? And not even interesting enough to waste a few hours with. Decorations is all they're good for. Lizards eat the centipede. Oh, I see. I see. If you can put them to use, then perhaps my having them won't be entirely meaningless anymore. And centipede is littered, so wow, was that like checkmate then? I'm going to return to my room. Don't feel obligated to clean up. I win. Just a minute. Now I want to read a book. Is there something else? Could you tell me your name? I just realized I never asked for your name. Not knowing what to call you made conversations awkward. Grape wins. Bigger lizard goo. I want to though. Michelle. Michelle, just like the Archangel. The name suits you quite well. It suits me. It does, although it's difficult to see you in the dark. You seem to be a very handsome man, befitting of your name. I beg to differ. Giving me his name is the highest form of mockery. Why is it mockery? Oh. Giving me the googly eyes, whoa! Okay. I expect the real Archangel is probably rather annoyed by it. I don't know. I think it's a wonderful name. And you're... No, never mind. Oh, my name? My name is Giselle. Please call me Giselle. Oh, thank goodness. For what? That I was able to get your name and talk to you for a little bit. Why isn't the title changed, though? It still says the white-haired girl, but it says Giselle. That's a dino, not a lizard. We haven't seen much of each other ever since I first read. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I gotta see something. That's X'd out too. Please call me Giselle. We haven't seen much of each other since I first arrived. So unseriously, Godzilla killed Grape. So unserious with googly eyes. Fun facts, dinos are not lizards. Yeah. I'm glad that I got to hear your voice. So very glad. You gain nothing by speaking to me. You have no responsibility to do so. Oh, you know, you want to see something cool, though, is, let me see. Where is it? I think it's this one? No, not that one. I think it's this. Oh, yeah, when I turn this on, you can see, Godzilla glowing, actually. Look at him glow! I like that. I think it looks pretty cool, actually. Fun fact, dinos are not lizards. They are more like birds. There's no need to feel joy about it. I'm not pleased out of some sense of responsibility or necessity. It's just depressing, not being able to have a conversation with someone living in the same house. Remember the atomic breath scene in Shin Godzilla? So cool. Should have changed the name then. You know, actually, I haven't watched that yet. But I think I watched clips of it. Like, but I haven't watched, like, the whole thing. But it looks pretty cool. Yeah, Grape showed me that one. I love Shin Godzilla. Don't they have like the music kind of like Evangelion? Just so depressing not being able to have a conversation with someone living in the same house. You do not understand me at all. As I said on the first day, my curse will one day kill you. But I'm still alive, aren't I? You are welcome to believe I'm lying, or that I'm merely out of my mind. But it will be too late when you realize the truth. This is made by the creator of Evangelion. I thought so. It'll be fine, I'm sure. And even if I do die because of your curse, I promise I won't hold a grudge. I remember watching the movie as a kid in DVD. Oh, you know, speaking of like thinking about like people are his own music. So speaking of like music and stuff, or like anime, I was watching like the old like Gundam anime, and I was like, you know, there was this guy with like I think purple hair or something, or like a purple shirt, and then I was like, man, I recognize that voice. It's in English, and it was Inuyasha. I was like, that's Inuyasha's voice actor. Like the English voice actor. I was like, what? Man, he sounds exactly the same in the old Gundam anime. How are you doing it? Reading VN plus chat and interacting? I don't know. I think I can just like multitask. Fun fact, I thought it was real and asked my dad if we were next. I've gotten the ability of that. Also, I'm curious, how would I say your name? I see it spelled A-V-Y-M. Is there like, I'm dying here trying to do that? Is there a specific like nickname you have? Or a proper way to say your name? Because I'm not sure how to say it. Could you possibly be keeping away from me out of concern? No, I simply have no interest in interacting with anyone. Really? I'd like to interact with you. If you don't mind, that is. As I told you, I have nothing to gain from that. I have nothing, not even words to give you. My body is but a shell, even if I were not cursed. My presence would be naught but cause you discomfort. Don't think that's true. Godzilla fights everyone, doesn't he? I don't think that's true. I don't believe that there's anyone in this world. He has so many crossovers with absolutely nothing. There's plenty inside you. Simply haven't noticed it yet. Thanks to the head pats. And not all of it will cause other pains either. Yes, oh, me, it's Avim. But EVY is fine. Okay, Avim? Avi? Or Avi? I hope I'm saying that right. Avi. I hope I'm saying it right. Avi. Okay, got it. If you truly believe those words, then you are a foolhardy girl. Lame. Yes, only in Japan, though it was for a ride. I can trust someone you only just met. For that matter, how do you not resent everyone? Resent them? I can take a guess as to why people call you a witch, and why you had to flee all the way to this mansion. Your white hair and red eyes, that abnormal, seemingly inhuman appearance, drew their condemnation. And I can think of a number of any reasons they might have started treating you less than human. Perhaps people around you experience misfortune, or perhaps there's a natural disaster. Umi. Glitch gave me an idea for Centibus grape. Oh yeah? What's that? I'm curious. It's like succubus, but centibus. Succubus? Perhaps there was a natural disaster, a famine, a plague. Succupede. Oh, succupede. Yeah, succupede. Oh, I thought a bus. Perhaps there was a natural disaster, a famine, a plague, some kind of external phenomena, and you were their scapegoat. Yes, you are, by and large, correct. Then that would make me unworthy of your trust as anyone else. Of course. Well, succubuses do have that. As unworthy of your trust as anybody else, I have no claim to having your interest in mine. Goodbye. Oh my gosh. If you don't mind, can you teach me, like, how to read sometime? Yeah, don't look it up. Oh, he's right. Just don't. Did you listen to anything I said? She go, grape. No. Bad grape. Bad. Bad grape. No. Bad. Bad grape. Spray the grape. I listen, just put grape in the corner. Tat reviews to tattoo. Oh. I listen, Jess. I have no intention of idolizing you. I don't expect you to do anything for me, and I do not wish to burden you in any way. I simply wish to be allowed at your side. Did you... Mr. Faulkner, you actually... you actually looked up that. Gods. It simply does not matter to me what kind of person you may be. That is all I want. Well, you can, but no one will think I will. But no one I think would. Let's go. Jeez. Apologize for keeping you. Please consider it if it's not too much trouble. As the master of this house, Michel made his way out of the library. He appeared to be slightly rattled. Perhaps the white-haired girl's determination had ignited something in his chained heart. So Giselle and Michel. I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's in the adult industry. Perhaps she stared towards the darkness in which Michel had disappeared. Then she carefully wrapped her arms around the jade embossed tome. A soft smile spreading across her lips. He's a decent man, I'm sure of it. We're alike, he and I, and thus began to blossom within her a faint sense of fellowship, as someone who also knew solitude. Friendship through solitude! Woo! Two lone wolves, friends! Has been a week since the white-haired girl had taken up residence in the mansion. Staying in the house deprived of light, I imagine a very claustrophobic experience. To anyone blessed enough to have sunlight as part... God, don't tell me it disconnected. It's not working. Okay, good. Okay. To anyone blessed enough to have sunlight as part of their everyday lives, it would have been unbearable. Oh, backlog? There's something new? I don't see as much X's. Any red writing? Nothing new. Yeah, nothing new. But for the mansion wall with its prison's walls like a illumination or recreation. How loose should I go? Grape, you're gonna get a lot of weirdos for that. I'll have my work cut out for me. Was the one she could find respite. Something should show up by the end of this black screen, probably. Oh, okay. So it shows up at the end of the black screen then, Avi? She and Michelle continue to be distant, however. Oh, that's why you lead mod. Oh, God. I'm gonna have to extend the ZIA, the Aquarian, this Aquarian intelligence agency out to them. To you. He spent most of his time in his chambers, which he had explicitly told the white-haired girl to stay out of, leaving her unable to close that gap. Nonetheless, on the occasions, they did cross paths in the hallway. That is a meet, but... Gabby, you joking? It was never for more than a few seconds. Whenever she saw him, she made a point of giving him a little smile. He never said anything, but still, when she first arrived, she would have not even met her guys. Yeah, not sure though. Assuming the witch has something to say. Oh, okay. Huh. So the witch has some dialogue she leaves in there. We did not even meet her gaze. He seemed to be taking more and more notice of her. One day the white-haired girl... Okay, let's see. Maybe here? No, nothing. One day the white-haired girl stood in the cellar, a frown on her face. Now this is troubling. Grape juice me sleepy. You should go eat, Gabby. Hi, sleepy, I'm Grape. This is troubling. I can't go back down to the village, but if we don't do something soon... The cellar was where their food was stored, an assortment of non-perishables and dried foods, smoked meats and cheese. Her daily meals were taken from the supplies there. However, the stockpile was beginning to grow quite small. Were she not on the run, she could have gone to the village to procure more. Or perhaps, were she a little tougher, she could have captured a wild animal for its meat. But master, you know a young, delicate thing like her was hardly up to the task of hunting for food. How does he normally get his supplies, I wonder? I mean, I'm guessing someone delivers them, is my guess, but just enough for like one person. From there, other questions about Michelle started rising in her mind. No matter how lifeless he seemed, surely he still had to eat, right? The white-haired girl nodded, then made her way out of the cellar, intending to head for his bedchamber. He said not to go to his bedchamber, correct? Or his main room? But on her way there, she spotted him standing by the entrance, staring motionless at the door lit by a single candle. He appeared to be waiting for something. Correct. May I ask you a question? Go on. I was just down in the cellar and I noticed we were running low on food. Do you normally go down to the village to restock? His only condition to stay with him. I haven't been outside in 10 years. 10 years? Jeez. Michelle, that's a long time. And how do you... What if I told you I don't eat? You don't eat? What? That I am not of this world. And as such, I have no need of sustenance. What would you think of that? That sounds very, economical? If you could survive without having to eat, there's one thing less to worry about. I feel that I don't have to eat also. Grape! You need to eat. It's important to eat, Grape. BS. Yeah, I find that hard to believe with Michelle. I would like to have that ability too. Staying aside for 10 years, not eating. This lady's living the life. Looking good for not having gone outside for 10 years. Why is there food in the first place? Yeah, that is a good question. It seems... Well, look at Michelle's face. He's just like, oh. Hey! Oh, hey, Vulcan! How are you doing? Just playing some House on Fata Morgana, learning more mysterious tales and truths. And learning and getting our memories back, hopefully. Well, that's what the maid said. We're getting our memories back. We'll learn the truth of everything. And good for today. That's good. That's good. I'm glad. It would seem trying to frighten you was a waste of time. He's trying to frighten me? Oh, wow. Well, failed. Oh. Was I supposed to be afraid? Never mind. Doesn't matter. Oh, so he does eat. He just doesn't eat, like, a lot. He asked about the food in the cellar. It's getting to be about that time. He's just being silly. Wait, and you will find out. What do you... It's here. Oh, so that's why he's waiting there? Oh. If you want to know where my supplies come from, open the door. But, I'm in hiding. There's no one at the door anymore. The knocking is nothing more than a signal. A signal? The white-haired girl turned towards Michelle to press him for more information, but he averted his gaze. Find the answer yourself, he seemed to be saying. She took several moments to gather her will, then marched over to the door. So bright. The sunlight she had not seen in some time was so bright it seemed to burn her eyes. Although the sun itself had not gotten any brighter, she had simply spent so much time in the dark. Her eyes were no longer accustomed to that much light. The color of her eyes made them quite sensitive to light already, so when she stepped aside, her whole world went bone white. Thanks for the hydrate and stretch. Okay. Then motionless for 10, perhaps 15 seconds, and when her eyes had finally adjusted to the light, what's this? Michelle's very pretty, I'm just saying. Yeah, Michelle is very pretty. She noticed a crate on the ground at her feet. She turned her head back to ask Michelle about the box. But the mansion was so dark it appeared to be wholly severed from the outside world. From where she stood, she was unable to distinguish Michelle from the shadows. A pang of nervousness struck her. She wanted to return to that darkness as quickly as possible. The white-haired girl had come to yearn for that world without light more than the one with. The crate was fairly hefty. The slightly built girl had considerable difficulty bringing it into the house. Why? Who isn't in this game? Just saying, right? But eventually she did manage. Like, all her designs, like, for all the characters I've seen are really nice and pretty. She did manage to drag it through the front door. True. And then everything went dark once more, except for the faint flicker of candlelight floating in the air. You can leave it there. I'll take care of the rest. What's... Without a word, Michelle approached her, and the box, withdrawing a knife that he had evidently kept hidden somewhere on his person. With it, he cut the rope that bound the box. Go on, open it up. At his insistence, she placed her hand upon the lid. She had no idea what lay inside this unexpected delivery. Whoever had brought it was already long gone. Staring at the strange box, she was racked with nervousness. However, what she found when she pushed the lid, aside the lid, was completely ordinary food. She was something amusing. It was just rather anticlimactic. She thought it was something more. It was just food. Here I was, worried about what might be inside. We were just talking about the supplies in the cellar. So, we were. It completely slipped my mind. This should last us for some time. It's all preserved, just like what's in the cellar. But I don't understand. Who would deliver all this to you? There should be a book in there as well. What? Oh, there it is. In the library, he said. His family sends him one book a month. Does that mean this box came from him? If so, then why did the person who delivered this leave without speaking to him? What happened between him and his family? Is he here because they want him here? Or because he chose to be here? Take the book to the library, please. I will bring the rest of the supplies to the cellar. But it's a big box. I'm sure you could use some help carrying it. That won't be necessary. Take the book and go. Man, Michelle's hair is quite long. I just like seeing the image here. Like, wasn't there, like, his hair is, like, as long as mine. Jeez. But, fine, then stay here. I'll take care of everything. What? Wait, hold on, please. What is it? You don't have to answer this if you don't want to. And, I'm not trying to pry, but I can't help but be curious. Say, well, 10 years in solitude for you. Yeah, that's for sure. Say what you have to say, please. I was wondering if you could tell me, why have you lived in this mansion? Why did whoever delivered this box leave before you opened the door? Could you perhaps be imprisoned here? He doesn't want to say. I told you this is the very first day. The very first day I'm cursed. His hair is very pretty. It is very pretty. It's natural for a cursed man to live in a cursed house. Yes, but... Excuse me. That's such a vague answer. I don't understand why you're in the situation you are. I don't know how you feel about it. Do you think you could handle 10 years in solitude for $1 billion? Oof, that would be rough. I feel like... I don't know. 10 years is quite a long time. I don't think I could. I don't know. I think I'd be kind of sad if I was in such solitude for 10 years. Try me. I like being around people. I may be like introverted and stuff, but at least I like, you know, company. There's so much I don't know. And I'm not even sure if your curse actually exists. I see. That is perfectly reasonably doubt from your point of view. Having been branded a witch because of your appearance, it would make sense I would think my curse might be fabricated or perhaps a metaphor for something else. Alright then. Come with me. What? I'll show you my curse. As he turned on his heels, the white-haired girl caught a glimpse of what appeared to be a smirk on his face, like the whole thing was some kind of sick joke. That smile carved into his mask was far colder than any look of annoyance or rejection. But despite the twinge of nervousness, she still followed after Michelle. As much as she might have stood out in a crowd with such height and long hair, his presence was almost entirely eroded away by the darkness. She felt that he could simply fade into nothingness at any moment. Bum bum. Many things are buried here. Mice, insects, wild cats, and dogs. Have you ever thought how it's strange how little life there seems to be around this mansion? You're right. I haven't seen a single creature since I've arrived. The only sound you could hear is the wind blowing. Now that you mention it, it did seem peculiar. They were all killed by me. Wi-Fi, no people related food, no responsibilities, freedom. Okay, well, question though. If you're getting $1 billion for this, well, you have like... Are you allowed to have like any interaction? Like on like on a phone or anything? Or you just have to be completely alone? Like you get food every now and then and whatever supply. Okay. No, it's my cable gets loose every now and then. I don't know why. Michelle has a book every month to keep him company. Modern alternative Wi-Fi, no social media, anything socializing. Yeah, it's I don't know why, but my cable just gets loose sometimes and just doesn't work. Keep an eye on you there. Okay. Freaking mic. Get a new mic? The mic's not the problem. It's the cable. The mic works perfectly fine. It's the cable that's the problem. It's dead, all dried up and lifeless. Like it's been dead for days. Like his finger drained all the life out of it. Is this his curse? Is this even possible? But I saw it with my own eyes. If this is his curse, though, it explains much. I think I go crazy with 10 years of no contact my friends or my life. Yeah, I would feel the same. There are more than just insects. Oh, I know what I can do here to watch it. There we go. Now I can see if my mic goes out again. That's fine. I just need to get a new cable. Servants who came to visit me long ago are here beneath the ground. Mrs. Faulkner says hello. Well, hi. Hi, Marianne. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Under our very feet. That's why the servant leaves before I open the door. Should he touch me, should he get near me, his very life is in danger. No one interested enough to seeing me to take that risk. No one will have anything to do with me. I don't think Michelle actually has a curse. I don't know. No one will have anything to do with me. Never a soul ever wishes to see my face. Now you understand what I meant when I say I would eventually kill you. So that's why you would never once touch me. When I knocked the books down in the library, you didn't offer your hand to help me out. And only one of us made contact with the box at the entrance at a time. When I offered to help you carry it, you refused. Because you didn't want your finger to accidentally brush. Why do you think that? A hunch? I don't know. It is a hunch, I would say. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking it's the whole kind of like mirage thing you said. Or like it's Morgana who's doing this. Not actually Michelle. That's what I'm thinking. That's my theory. I just find it hard to believe. That's all. The fun thing about 10 years of solitude, you won't be alone for 10 years. After a few, you'll start developing your own friends. They just might not be real. Well, that is true. I think it's Morgana's doing, and I don't think any of this is actually real. That's what I think. That's my theory. My actions were not of concern for you. I simply dislike people. Others' interests mean nothing to me. What an odd face. Googly eyes. Woo! And how do you separate mirages from reality? That is a good question, Avi. I don't know. But that is definitely my theory I'm like sticking to. I just don't believe that's like actually happening. An odd face you're making. Do you not believe my curse is real? I don't. No, I do. Certainly irrational, inexplicable, unbelievable. You show me more than enough evidence. And I don't believe you're lying to me right now either. In which case, now understand how dangerous it is to be near me. You said that if you left, you would be killed. It has been some time since then. If you're careful to cover your tracks, you can make your escape. You do not belong here. He was telling the truth about being cursed. What a cruel burden to have to bear. I can imagine just how much he's given up on. How many lives he inadvertently taken. And how he must have felt every time it happened. How much pain that lonesomeness must have given him. How much despair he must carry in his heart. How much sorrow must be weighing down on him. So no, I will not leave. I will stay here with you. Leave this place. No, I will not. Oh, look at his eyes. He's like, kind of has like a softer look. Why? Why do you insist upon remaining in this house after learning what I can do? You have no reason to stay. Tell me then, why do you try to drive me out? You don't care for others, as you say. You're not concerned about anyone else. Then why does it matter what I do? It doesn't matter if I die to your curse. You're a very kind-hearted man. You've been watching out for me since the day I arrived. I think this game traumatized me. Oh, yeah? Oh. I mean, from what I've seen so far, very, traumatizing things have happened in this game, so... Choose life, white-haired girl. You've been watching out for me since the day I arrived, doing whatever you can to not inadvertently kill me. Do not afflict me with your curse. Oh, okay, so if Michelle does have this curse, I mean, can't he just wear gloves then? Kind of like, I don't know, Elsa's thing? Maybe? And he wouldn't kill things around him? No. Here's what I think. No one capable of showing genuine care for others can honestly, truly dislike all people. They can't possibly be different. Oh, The day we met before the stained glass window, you heard me out. You listened to my plight. You didn't try to chase me out. That day I thought you'd be a good person. And I still believe that. I simply... Whoa. Whoa. Look at Michelle's, like, look there. Man, this art is so good. Please assumed you would leave on your own when it's safe. Man, the expressions, the art in this game, so good. Never thought you'd be so foolish. Man, if there was like an art museum just like full of art, like House in Fata Morgana, I would go to it. Is there to stay in a house like this? Men like me, or maybe like that style. I would like. What does that make me? Do you not value your life? Are you not afraid of death? Do you not find me unpleasant? The thing I fear most is loneliness. You're probably right that by now I could safely sneak away, find myself somewhere far from you. Even if I did, I would inevitably find myself in the same situation. The only way I can avoid that fate is to stay away from everyone. To live in solitude with no one to talk to. I know you understand how that feels. I do. I'm afraid of having to spend day after day with no one to talk to. No one sharing my experiences, my thoughts, my feelings with. If that's what waits me out there, then I want to live with you. I want you to be an essential part of my life. Possible. Please, don't chase me out. There's an art book, Art of the Characters. I don't know if they're still selling it. Oh, really? I would love to buy the art book. I love art books. Like seeing character designs and different designs they went through. I love that. I love behind the scenes stuff. Our cruel girl. Never again will I allow myself to get close to someone, only to watch them die. Never again. My mother was the first to die. It happened shortly after my birth. Next was my wet nurse. 2 deaths could have been considered a coincidence. But as the number rose, it became clear that I was cursed. Well, mostly illustrations. Hey, I'll take it. I love seeing that stuff. And I was forbidden from making contact with anyone, even at home. Regardless, being in the same house, incidents will happen. Numerous people lost their lives. Attendants unfamiliar with me, and those who simply brushed up against me by mistake. I could not take it any longer. So you chose to move here, to this remote mansion, to keep yourself away from your family. You weren't imprisoned here, you elected to live alone so you wouldn't hurt anyone. I see people reselling the art book for around $40 to $50. Okay. That doesn't sound too bad. What was the OG price? I'm curious if you know, Blake. For better or for worse, I was born into a noble house. So rather than abandon me, you provided me with the means to live out of sight. I will be very careful. I will do everything I can to ensure no accidents occur, to keep you from being alone again. I will not for any reason touch you. You have my promise. Your curse takes the life of anything you touch. I've been here for a while and death has not befallen me yet. As long as I do not touch you, there shouldn't be a problem. Also, I apologize if this is simply me reading too much into things, but I feel like we're two of a kind. I fear being utterly alone more than anything, and I think you understand just how scary that is. Man, I must say, like, this door so far, door 4, has been a lot chiller than the other ones that I've played so far. I still have that kind of feeling, though. Like, for now, it's peace and quiet, but then something is gonna come up, I feel. So, why are you so stubbornly insistent on it being me? I'm sure there's someone else out there. Someone you're meant to be with. You may not have found them yet, but I believe someone like you eventually will. Because unlike me, you still have the vigor to press forward. It has to be you, I'm certain of it. Why? Because, well, you can't tell me. No, I can't, just, please don't get upset with me. I think what? I might really love you. Ooh! Zel's in love. But still says the white-haired girl's names. We know something, oh, we are sure of it. Yeah. His was a power that evoked images of witches or demons, the unclean and the impure. A mere touch was all it took for him to strip man and beast alike of its life. God had quite a cruel streak to bestow such a power upon such a beautiful young man. And a strange power it was indeed, like something out of a fairy tale. Like something confined to words upon the page, it seemed otherworldly, unbelievable. Nonetheless, as he had demonstrated to the white-haired girl, his peculiar powers were indeed real. That said, the world had its fair share of oddities. It so happens that these curiosities tend to remain hidden away, known only to a few. Although you have laid eyes upon a number of unusual phenomena yourself, Master. The door to the past, though, which we have passed, this very mansion. And a matter of fact, the two of us, the original real price was around 50-60. Not sure if I'm not fully sure if I'm correct. Oh, okay. $40 to $50, that's a bit cheaper then. Matter of fact, the two of us. Now, just as he saw, the white-haired girl found herself enraptured with this man and his accursed power. How do you think Michelle acted in response to her proclamation? He had spent so long refusing to interact with others, unable to interact with them. As such, he was unsure how to respond. After standing there expressionless for a few moments, He muttered, "I'll consider it." And with that, he returned to his chambers. While he was not someone who wore his heart on his sleeve, I personally do not believe he was completely devoid of emotion. He had simply forgotten how to express him in his extended solitude. So I think, in that moment, in a state of complete panic, she had, after all, just assaulted him with a stream of incomprehensible declaration. That, knowing the truth, she still wished to remain in the mansion. Oh, wait, what did I just do? Oh, well, that scared me. And that, knowing the truth, she loved him. The love that she had declared for Michelle was not a fleeting puppy love. This was genuine tenderness and warmth to her words. But he had gone through his life shunned, feared, pushed away. To him, that was normal. He had never given anyone reason to have any fondness for him. So he found himself utterly unsure how to take the affection she was showing. Of course, he was not the only one rattled by the whole affair. Oh dear. Several days had passed since Michelle had asked for time to think. He had still yet to show himself again. It's all my fault. The white-haired girl paced anxiously through the hall on the off chance she might run into him. As per her request, though, she kept her distance from her chambers. Nevertheless, she was beginning to worry about the fact he had secluded himself away for so long. So she worked up her courage and made her way to his room. Morgana? Did she say something odd? Oh, let's see. Let's take a look. Morgana, do you say anything? Nope. I didn't consider I might be overstepping my bounds or opening my mouth. Every step she took was slow and laborious. Her mind raced with worry and doubt. I should at least tell him I'm sorry. Rather than out of desire to know how he felt, she was compelled by guilt and a desire to apologize. After walking for some time, she arrived at a door, sitting in an utterly unlit hallway. She drew in a breath of musty air, then let it out, repeating the process several times. Next, she reached her hand up to knock on the door, and then it pulled back, also doing this a number of times. Oh, how adorable she was. I wanted nothing more than to give her a little nudge. After all, she was too sweet a girl for her worries to be anything but misplaced. I just can't find the courage. She is leaving her alone, huh? Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, was I alone? Maybe I should come back another day. But what's the point of waiting? I need to apologize and get the weight off back now. She gathered her courage once more. This time determined she would do it. The white-haired girl moved her small fist toward the door, which then swung open. Oh, Michelle! Oh man, Michelle is so pretty. I'm sorry. Please, you must announce your presence. I almost walked right into you. Are you in that much of a hurry for a mishap? I'm sorry. And I believe I told you to stay away from my chambers. You did, so I spent a long time debating whenever I would, but I decided I really wanted to tell you all this. Oh, well, actually, I'm truly sorry. What? The other day, I could barely manage to get the words in my head all the way to my mouth. There was no room in my mind for anything else. I shoved my own thoughts and feelings into your face. Oh, thanks to the hydrate and stretch. Okay. Alright, considering that might not be what you wanted, just running and stopped, not thinking at all. I was terribly disrespectful to you, completely selfish. You're a kind-hearted man, I truly believe that. But you were only being courteous, being it because you're a nice man. I'm sure you have little interest in the affections of a queer little girl. So, I would love it if I could stay here. It would be a wonderful blessing. But if you really don't want me here, if my feelings are imposing upon you, then I apologize. I'm sorry, and and I'll take my leave of this house. Awkward silence. Cue the crickets. I can't really do crickets. I'm sorry. Don't be. My mind went blank for a moment. What? I find it difficult to comprehend you. The other day you were firm in your intentions to stay, and now you say you'll leave without a struggle. You holed up in your room for so long that I thought, you didn't want me around. To be honest, I want to stay here. I do. I think you should do whatever pleases you. Huh? You can stay. Or you can leave. I will not pressure you to do one or the other. So, I'm not imposing? To tell you the truth, I had to think about that for some time. However, I have now come to something of a solution. Since you're here, come into my room. What? But I thought I wasn't allowed to prevent what almost happened a few moments ago. So we don't accidentally run into each other. Do you know what Remade of Dreams is? I do not. What's that one? Is that a game? Never heard of that. So we don't accidentally run into each other. Sorry. You're forgiven. Now come in. Okay. Is this a necklace? That's what it looks like to you. Yeah, if that's what it looks like to you, then I suppose that means I succeeded. Pick it up. Oh. Has a little bell. Oh! He gave her a necklace with a bell so he can hear her. It's adorable. Please make an effort to wear that while you're in the house. This is so dark, there will always exist the risk that we might accidentally bump into one another. So I tried to come up with a way to reduce that risk. Does that mean you didn't leave your room because you were working on this? That's right. What other reason would I have? I think most people would assume it's because they had put you in a bad mood, or that you didn't want to see them. She put a cowbell collar on her. Or was it him? Well, made a mod of the original be better the experience. Oh, the House in Fata Morgana community made a mod of the original to better the experience called Remade of Dreams in a Nutshell. Oh, I see. Let's take a look at that. Made of Dreams. Oh. Oh, I see. Huh. Okay. Huh. I had little sense of how most people see the world. Sorry. I am appreciated, though. I'm really glad to know that you put so much thought into a life together with me. Excuse me. It'd be difficult not to after the other day. I'm so happy right now. I can't think of any better word to describe it. I couldn't be happier. You're being dramatic. To tell you the truth, I feel a little bad about it. Why? It seems rather impertinent to affix a bell to someone. You're not livestock, you're a person. That's why you've turned it into a necklace? Thank you very much. I'll keep it on me at all times. I really called it. What with the cowbell? She cowbelled him? Wait, I think... Oh no, wait, I think, Michelle made the necklace for her to put on. So she's wearing the bell, I believe. Or Michelle. To the pastures peasant? Oh my god. Mr. Faulkner, no. Don't call me Lord, please. Alright then, I'll just call you Michelle. You cowbell her? Well, I hope it's not a big bell, like a tiny one. And please call me Giselle. Okay. Hold on. I gotta see. Is there anything different here? I don't think there's anything different. Nothing. Wait. Moo. Oh my god. The windows. What? We could open the windows. Never mind. I was just thinking you wouldn't need the bell at all if we could get some light in here. Gee, you guys are all mooing now. It can't be open. They're rusted shut. All the windows have been shuttered for as long as I've been here. I assume you had them boarded them all up. That was done long before I arrived. After so many years here, though, I hardly consider it an inconvenience anymore. Moo! I hardly consider it an inconvenience anymore, and also serves to repel wanderers. Oh, really? There's something odd about that. No. It's just I realized I had the wrong impression about a number of things. As I learn more, I see things in a different light. See you in a different light? And I'm sure there's still plenty more for me to learn. Of all people I have ever met, you're perhaps the most difficult to predict. Not only do you not have no aversion to the darkness, the dark has always been a close friend of mine. Which isn't to say I dislike the sun. Its light can simply be too strong for me. I'm like some kind of unholy monster that can't be exposed to sunlight. You are anything but unholy. Thy name would suit you much better than me. Oh. Wait, do you see that glitch there? Ew. Ugh. Ugh. Ew, what is that sound? Ugh. There, when I first saw Giselle. Wait, hold on. There it is. I thought I was going crazy for seeing that glitch. What a beautiful story. Much better than the real thing, is it not, my dear? Yeah, I hate that sound. I hate that sound. Kirby sucking. No! I was weary of her apprehension. I can hear it in, like, my left and right ear. I sought to. I didn't want her anywhere near me. Oh, there's another one. Wait. Your doubts about her faded. I began feeling something very different. Though the lump in my heart had been melted away. Ugh, I really don't like these sounds. Ugh. Ugh. I began to yearn for her at my side. So, wait. Every time there's a glitch, there's like something new? Knowing full well it couldn't possibly last. Knowing full well how foolish it was. Who's crumpling candy wrappers? I don't know, but there's more things in candy wrappers than there are the sounds. I don't like it. Knowing full well how foolish it was. The devs. I found myself captivated by her. Found myself wishing. Have her stay with me. Squishy. What just happened? Okay. I don't know what just happened there. on, I must see. Oh, nothing new, it's just that. And that marked the true beginning of their quiet days together in Dark Mansion. After that weird sounds and stuff, they acknowledge and accept each other's presence, no longer isolating themselves, but actively, regularly conversing. Mrs. Faulkner says farewell, hopes to see and judge Grape tomorrow. Bye! Bye, Marion Faulkner! As mundane it might seem, it was something they had been able to obtain until then. Nevertheless, they were still somewhat fumbling around in the dark with one another, drawing closer and pushing away again. Oh! Michel, in his own graceful way, was beginning to open himself up to things he said. And the white-haired girl was beginning to smile. I'm gonna save, actually. Save here. The white-haired girl was beginning to smile with greater frequency. They began to dining together, and her wish of learning to read was being granted. He taught her in the feeble light of a candle placed upon the table, the two sitting across from each other. I don't know why, but you know, it kind of makes me think of like Beauty and the Beast, where it's like eventually they got like, you know, comfortable with each other and like we're having dinner together at the table. Although Michel seemed to be well educated, he had not been instructed in the art of teaching, so he found the process quite grueling. But to the white-haired girl, the longer it took, the better. Her primary objective was, after all, to spend time with him. The days passed, and eventually she reached the point where her comprehension was adequate enough without assistance. Her next request, then, was for them to read through a book together. Have you read every book in the library? No. I stopped looking at them after a while. Almost everything I'm sent is dull, uninformative dreck. And Belle started giving the beast better minds, completely okay with the idea he was a monster. The Diary of a Lord. Foolish make-believe tales. Not fond of fiction, I take it. What value is there in lies and fantasies of another? Stories can be invigorating. Tales of adventure can take you places you can never go. Legends of heroes, folklore, stories of otherworldly phenomena. They can be terrifying, and they can be exhilarating. They may not be real, but they give you a little glimpse into the author's heart. Let you feel like you're seeing the same thing they saw. You are a very empathic girl. Fiction inspires nothing of the sort in me. However, perhaps long ago, it may have been able to, though I can no longer remember what it feels like. I'm sure it'll come back to you. You're not an empty man. Sorry, I'm making you uncomfortable again. How about we read this book today? I really want to read a book now. It appears to be a collection of legends. Haven't read this one before? Yet? It's good to hear. I'll be more enjoyable if it's a new experience for the both of us. It looks like it's a record of local legends. The book is divided in several sections, though it appears to be mostly superstitious. I am curious what kind of stories this area has. The two of them were looking down at a simple, undecorated volume. As the white-haired girl had said, it seemed to be a collection of local legends passed down generation to generation. They sat across from one another at the table, her turning the pages and Michel simply watching, so as to not brush against her. Eventually, her eyes were drawn to a particular word on one of the pages, bringing her hands to a stop. The witch. That chapter detailed the story of a witch. The witch, guys! The witch! Or more precisely said, the witch's curse. The story went something like this. There was once a witch skilled in the dark arts. She lived in a meager but peaceful life alongside the other villagers. But then, a long, long drought struck the village, which the people blamed on the witch. Witch, everyone's yelling witch. Burn the witch! Burn the Ouch. The witch was sentenced to death, and as the fire blazed around her, smoke rose high into the air. The smoke soon became rain clouds, blessing the village with an end to the drought. The crops were revitalized, and the villagers fancied themselves heroes. I'll get the scales. Oh my god. We'll sort out the witch's business, burn the witch. However, the rain also brought madness upon the people. Though the earth below them was lush and fertile, the villagers were losing their minds, and they eventually began to take each other's lives. The witch still lived on, in the form of a curse. Many fell victim to the witch's curse. Though it did not only take, it also fulfilled people's desires. The villagers had gone mad, but their wish for freedom from the drought had been granted. Thus, the legend had been passed down as follows. The witch will grant your wish, that rhymes, in exchange for great sacrifice. As smoke in the sky, she watches down upon us from above. To reach the witch, climb for the heavens, but know that road is a road to destruction. People still believe the witch's legend even now, I suppose. And that's why I face accusations of being a witch. This is not an area very welcome to outsiders, especially ones who stand out as much as you. What brought you out to this region in the first place? Mine is a story I'm sure you heard before. I was cast out of my house. I come from a very poor family. We could barely even afford to keep everyone fed. Being as weak as I am, it was only natural that I would be the first to go. See. What I don't understand, though, is why the witch is said to grant people's wishes. That is to say, she had a reason enough to hold a grudge, but not to give people things they asked for. All you have to go on is a few pages. There is no saying what might have been changed or added over time. It's almost certain the entire legend isn't written well. Or written here. That said, if we are to accept everything as written, you can infer what the witch's reason might have been. And that is, if you truly want it that much, you can have it. But it'll make certain your suffering outweighs it. Despite that comes after a moment of happiness is far more agonizing than despair alone. I presume that is why the witch decided to grant people's wishes. That is one way to look at it. May I ask you something? Go on. When I first arrived here, you told me that the cursed witch used to live in this mansion. After reading this legend, I'm now finding it hard to believe you made that up simply to scare me away. I appropriated the tale, nothing more. It said that the witch was born in this house. What? Like the place my family found for me. But it was a clever decision putting me here, I think. Not many people are likely to come near a house with such a pedigree. But... no, never mind. That makes sense. I suspect I know what she was going to say. If the witch is said to grant wishes, then wouldn't that also attract people who were so desperately want something? They do not care what price they must pay. Perhaps she was correct. Perhaps there had been those who had come to the mansion chasing after the legend. A heads up? Sure. Go for it. Perhaps they had encountered Michelle, touched him, and lost their lives. On that day in the garden, he had said, "Many things are buried here." Perhaps that included such visitors. I wonder if that story might be more than superstition. If that witch is a love legend really did exist, what would you do? It might be nice to talk to her, maybe. Oh. That's all, really? I feel a little bad for her, though. The only people who ever visit her are there to ask her something after all. Let's see. I can only imagine just how lonely that must be. I swear I cannot comprehend the way your mind works. Sorry. Although, If we assume the legend is true, I have an idea what climb for the heavens might be. Oh? The mansion has an observation tower. Or I suppose what used to be an observation tower. At any rate, it is quite a tall structure. This is the house where the witch was supposedly born. A tower reaching for the heavens seems like the perfect place to find her, if she is really there. Yes, I remember seeing a rather tall structure at first approach the mansion. Would you like to see it? Of course. Please lead the way. The two of them left the library and made their way to the room with the stained glass window. At the far end of the room were the stairs to the observation tower. The tale of the witch had piqued the white-haired girl's interest, inspiring her to put herself forward to satisfy that curiosity. She had, after all, been accused of being a witch herself, so she undoubtedly felt an affinity to the legend. What a sweet girl she was. So back to the spiral staircase. With Michelle in the lead, the two climbed a long, long spiral staircase. There were so many more stairs than the hair girl had anticipated. She soon found herself short of breath. Rectangular windows were carved out of the stone in a regular interval. Peering through one of them, she could see a village in the distance. A pleasantly cool, high-altitude breeze brushed against her face. In door 6 or 7, not sure which, there will be a quick time event to prepare. And don't get the dead end I got. Ooh. Oh, thanks for letting me know. What, they have quick time events here? What the? After much climbing, they finally arrived at the top where a door. Maybe I'll just save a lot. So if that happens, I accident, then I'll just quick save or save it before all that. Where the door made of partially rotted wood stood, Michelle pulled out opened the door, revealing a small room with no windows. I know, right? Yeah, I think I just need to save a lot, I guess. No windows or doors inside. This is the top of the tower? Despite it being called an observation tower, you can hardly observe anything from here. Her face contorted in confusion. The white-haired girl threw her gaze about the room. Glancing up, she only saw a darkened ceiling, and slightly below it a single small window through which shone a single ray of light. The beam cleaved through the darkness like a sharpened blade of a beautiful sword. The darkness draped over the rest of the room only served to make more impressive that solitary ray of light. It had a magical fairy tale quality to it. Kind of like Rapunzel, let down your hair, kind of thing. I think there was once a large window in this room. If you look close, you can see seams on the stone of the wall. The color of the stones differs slightly on either sides of the seams. I presume something caused them to seal off that window after it was built. Oh, I don't know what that something might be. Bum bum bum. We're opening QT before the QT I'm returning to. Oh my god, look at this art! It's a white-haired girl! Michelle's eyes fell upon the white-haired girl wrapped in that beam of light, buttered to a stop. She's so pretty. Happened to be like he sputtered to a stop. Look, I love the color. Like the kind of like orange here and then like a little darker here. The man who never flinched at anything, who had long since distanced himself from such stirrings of the heart, was utterly bewitched. Thanks for the lurk, Grape. Have a nice lurk. For someone who had been chased out of her home and accused of being a witch, a white-haired girl looked less like a practitioner of the dark arts. and more like one of those hosts of heaven. Michelle undoubtedly felt the same way, for his gaze was affixed firmly upon her. Oh my gosh, she is so cute. Dazzling, isn't it? Like a staircase leading to heaven. Yes, perhaps so. Something the matter? No, I'm fine. Look at that smile! You know, it feels like there's something odd in the air here. It feels like someone actually might be listening. If the witch were to speak to you, what would you say to her? I would ask her to tell her true feelings. Tell me what kind of person she was. What kind of pain she had to endure. Man, look at those big, like, ruby eyes of her. Pure mischief in that smile. I just want to know what she felt. This woman people branded a witch. Legend was written from a natural perspective. Protect that smile. Yes, yes. Possible that she was a fearsome witch. It's also possible she wasn't. I get the feeling she persecuted like me. Like me and you. Unlike you, I am truly and impure. Disagree all you want, but my touch kills. I'm a strange, incomprehensible, irrational creature. Or maybe I'm not even a living being, and that's why when I touch something that is, I bring them death. If only I actually were a witch. If only I actually had some kind of extraordinary power, regardless of whether it came from God or the devil. I don't think you wish that upon yourself, girl. Then I would be able to grant people's wishes. My wish need not be granted. But if it's what I want to, I wish to be able to touch you. I wish I would be perfectly content with nothing changing with us, not being able to touch one another. I'd be more than happy with it. But I'm allowed to dream, aren't I? Okay, hold on. I want to see, though. Wait. Wait. Hold on, I gotta look at this. I gotta read this. The shock. Because there was a question mark right there. I gotta see this. I swear I saw it. The X's. Yeah, there's a bunch of X's. Look! Like, why is that a question mark? As a bit of an aside, I'd like to share you with a little fact of life. Is that the maid then? Fucking my dear, humans have far greater capability to hurt, betray, and forsake others than they have to do to love, trust, and protect them. And that's precisely what the majority of people do. Yes, I believe you know good and well that no matter how much you may trust someone, they're still going to abandon you in the end. Oh, look at all these X's. What the? Why is there so many more X's? My dear friend, the two of us have much more in common with each other than anyone else. We'll suffer at others' hands, we both deserve to have vengeance. Go on, what's the matter? Make this tale into your reality. Surrender yourself in the moment. Beautiful story, and watch. And remain here in the mansion with Giselle. Watch in this moment of dream. Who are you? That's a surprise. You actually have a conscious mind. And you are aware of who you are. No, nothing. Who are you? Someone you would spend a great deal of time with. I must say I was impressed you made it back here, my dear. Your soul was grounded into dust. I was grounded into dust? What? It will all come back to you eventually, and then I'll be there with you again, my dear, whispering in your ear for centuries to come, and this time I will not fail. I'll mold your soul into the same shape as mine. What a wonderful little show these puppets are putting on for us, wouldn't you say? Giselle? Giselle? Indeed, that is Giselle, the white-haired girl, and standing there is Giselle. I'm allowed to dream. It doesn't have to be this. I can't spoil it, can I? No, no spoilers. I want to find out myself, Avi. I pray the day will come that we get closer, even if it happens in another life. Happiness is very much a stranger to me, but am I allowed to dream too? You are. I will never touch you, I swear. Please don't spoil it, I'll cry. But I would like to dream about it. I would like to imagine placing my hand upon your cheek. You can. Reach your hand up for me. Oh! I will imagine it too. Oh my god, like, look at this. Look at the hand there, guys. Oh my god. Look at the hand! Oh my god. I don't know, I'm just gonna, like, put myself here. Make myself a bit smaller so you can still see the text. Imagine running your... You know, actually, you could have a good look like that. Now you can see the whole thing. I will think of myself if I ever spoil such delicacy of a story. I can feel your warmth. Like, look at that! Look at that image right there. So cute. There was a wall between them, a wall they could not cross. For if they did, it would mean the white-haired girl's death. No matter how much they yearned for it, they could not touch one another, so they did it within the confines of their imagination, envisioning it as much detail as they could manage. Okay, I'll put my... Oopsie. Myself back over here. It was sad but sweet, untainted beauty, and the two of them emanated serenity. As fitting as the word curse might have been at the mansion as a whole. Okay. From the top of the observation, a pure bond was being shared, a fleeting moment between a young man with a cursed touch and a kind-hearted, beautiful girl. The dream did not last, though. No, God, if her God is quite cruel. They simply wanted to be together, that was all. Their wish was hardly unreasonable. Only a quiet, peaceful life together. But misfortune was creeping ever nearer, its footprints growing more and more pronounced. Oh. Hmm? Dun dun. Someone at the door. The flow of time was hazy within the mansion's walls. They had little way of telling night or day. Oh, I didn't want to lock that. Okay. Blood of the Witch. Ba-ba-ba. Flow of time was hazy within the mansion's walls. They had little way of telling if it was night or day, preventing them from knowing exactly how much time had passed. The white-haired girl had made a habit of climbing the observation tower ever so often to see whenever the sun was up, which allowed her to approximate the time of day. Consequently, when she heard the knock on the door, she was not aware just how deep the night was outside, that forest and beasts alike lay quietly unrest. I will keep this here. Cinema. Oh, yeah, the cinema. Peak cinema. Alright, the stores. Cellar are almost exhausted. Must be those months over. I don't think it is. Not thinking it was worth bothering Michelle over it, she made her way out of the chambers and headed for the entrance. There had been a single knock. leading her to conclude that, as before, the servant had simply left the box outside the door. So without a second thought, she opened the door. And there she saw a strange, vagrant man standing in the moonlight. His clothes were tattered, his beard face bony and emaciated. She gasped, shrinking back several paces. Okay, so I know I'm actually gonna cut it here for a short today. Guys, I know it's kind of ending on a cliffhanger, I know, but you know, this is also gonna be a cliffhanger for me. So we're gonna go to my chill scene for a bit. Oh, what the frick? Why are you on? Turn off. Get away. Get out of here. Okay, but I'm gonna make sure to save. Oh my god, this music. The suspense, what? Thanks for streaming. Yeah. Sorry, I have some duties I need to do. But I'm gonna save here and don't worry, I'll be in the pain of having a cliffhanger. Oh, why did I just accidentally turn that on? Sorry. God, I hate it when I turn on my freaking things. Whatever. I know, the suspense. We're gonna close that. Oh, I saved. What? Can you not? Why do I have my freaking toggles on? Jeez, I hate it when that happens. What is it? Just turn it off. Ugh, which one is it? I don't know which one it is. I don't know which toggle it is. Okay, well, whatever. I guess we'll just leave it like that. Hold on, I can fix this. 1 second. Where is it? It's right here. There we go. There's a lot of toggles, okay? Like, there's a lot of toggles on here. Ugh. I know the story and I'm sad. Thanks for streaming. I know I ended here on a bit of a cliffhanger, but you know, I'll be continuing this next week for sure. But I have some duties to do so lost in toggles. Yeah, I did get lost in toggles. Never changing me. I won't, don't worry, Mr. Hollister. But you know, as always, I appreciate you guys coming out here to watch my stream today. You know, and we'll definitely continue this next week because I'm excited to play more of this. And so actually I have days where it is visual novel like Thursdays. Where is why is he not on here? Thank you for streaming his eyes, of course. So thank you for that. It's nice revisiting them. The foreshadowing is crazy. Top cinema. Yeah, I'll be playing this next week on Thursday. My visual novel days I made officially. I don't know if I told you guys that. But yeah, Thursdays are my official like visual novel days. I do, and Saturdays are always my like scary game days, spooky Saturdays as I call them. But you know what? We're gonna go raid the Grape. He's playing Dark Souls 3. So, as always, I'll be back on Saturday playing some Poppy's Playtime Chapter 5, which I'm excited to play more of that. As always, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye-bye! No!